Here we are in iRacing in the F4 series. We're racing at Summit. Qualified third, the highest qualifying that we've done on F4 so far. It has been a nightmare getting to this point. Lots of crashes, lots of terrible events, lots of losing iRating and safety rating. Currently managing to keep it in third after turn 1. Again, just conscious of not losing that safety rating. Just trying to stay out of trouble as per usual. Getting a nice run here on number 2, Mr. Nani. Second place. Just getting close, just allowing the tires to warm up. We're still on the first lap. Don't want to make a mistake as yet, because sometimes the car can slip when you least expect it on the cold tires. But thankfully on these F4s they do warm up pretty quick, usually about 3/4 of the lap through, maybe the first lap. They usually warm by then. So as we come round to complete the first lap, we're being chased by a Harley Castrillon behind, just staying on us. The gap's pretty close, and then obviously he just comes here in a slipstream, making a move up into turn 1. We just let him have the position whilst just closing the door to make sure that there won't be a further attack from Luke Titman behind. Titman's going to be a feature in this race. So now we're unfortunately down into 4th place. However, we've still managed to, at this point, have 0 incident points as the 3rd place driver goes off. Just making sure to slow down the car, just showing the front wing a little bit. Just give him something to think about, let him know that I'm still there. But again, just trying to avoid any trouble. So right now, it looks like if Luke Titman's gotten in front of us and Castrillon, I guess was the guy who made the mistake, he's slipped behind. And it looks as though we're under pressure to get past again here down into turn 1. So after the series of bad races so far, including some DNFs, I just avoid the trouble altogether, a little bit of a lock-up. Just wanting to stay out of trouble. So now all the way down into 5th place. But just trying to stay with this leading pack. We seem to have broken away from the second group. I say group, there's 2 drivers behind and then another group. But just trying to stay with the lead pack, and the leader goes off. Trying to make a rejoin here. Bit of a heart-stopping moment there for a second, because not wanting to run into him, but at the same time needing to press on just to make sure that we can stay with these guys and also take advantage of his error there. So we're back up into 4th place. Castrillon somehow is in front again, I think. Yeah, he's gotten back in front of us. Luke Titman's moved up into 1st place. Nani is in 2nd. And we're just trying to see if we can catch on to some little bit of a slipstream here. Just try to just pull us back into that lead crowd again. We're being chased down by the former 1st place, Nick Dixon. But at this stage of the race, we just want to settle down now, just settle into the groove a little bit. Just getting comfortable and just trying to remain consistent. A lot of confidence is coming from that consistency, because as we've seen, mistakes have already happened. And behind us there again, and in front, there's a mistake. Just as we talk about them, just a quick replay here, just a lock-up. He's just sent him over the edge. I believe that was Titman. And Dixon from behind just skids out. So 2 of our fastest guys so far both made a couple of errors. So far, thankfully, as we skid around the turn there, we've managed to keep our errors to 0 and just stay out of any problems. So now, 3rd place, just trying to stick with the 2 leaders. Looks like that's Nani and Castrillon. I hope I'm saying his name right. But yeah, just breaking down into third for turn one as the two fight in front. Their fight is allowing us to get closer to them. But again, our aim here is to just keep it smooth, just stay in our rhythm, just stay in the groove, and just get closer and closer to them. The way how everybody's been driving so far, anything could happen, so it's definitely worth just trying to stay there. Not too close, but close enough to be able to strike if necessary. But getting to this point has been a struggle. There have been many F4 races where they just ended in tears, just purely because someone's run into us, or we've got caught up in other people's accidents. Various reasons for having some terrible finishes. Lost almost 300 points of iRating during that period of time. Lost a significant amount of safety points. It looks like if is that Nani still in the lead? Yeah, Nani's still in the lead here. Just riding on board with him here as he approaches this tricky left-hander. And just a quick replay to just see place 1 and 2. They just run into each other, both Nani and Castrillon, both off. Looks like they've damaged their cars, allowing us with our consistency to take first place. And as we can see here, we're being chased down by Luke Titman. I said he was going to feature again, so he's made his own mistakes so far. He's a very quick driver, but our advantage, our strength is just relying on that consistency. More of the Alain Prost style than the Senna style of just going for all-out speed. We just want to just do what we need to do to just keep it on the black stuff and just get to the end. As we ride on board here with Luke Titman, we see he's chasing very hard. Great driver, very fast, and I think it's probably down to some mistakes here and there that kept him away from being in first place at this stage. And then as we flick back over to ourselves here, as we're approaching the final turn, it's a very tricky turn here to get the balance exactly right, to get this long run down along the start-finish straight all the way down to turn 1. You want to carry as much speed as possible, so that exit for the last turn is very important. Just breaking ourselves down to 3, just touching a little bit too much curb there and running over the gravel. A new feature in iRacing apparently. I don't know, I only got here when the gravel got here. I'm not a long time user. This is day 4 I think, maybe, or 5. So that was where the 2 leaders had just gone off previously. We're still managing to just stay in the lead. We have a 1.4 second lead over Titman in second place. And again, just trying to keep it consistent. I think we were a little bit stronger through this section, but he was faster in sector 3, which is obviously the very high speed section. So his opportunity to claw back time seems to be working a lot for him in his particular strong area. And as we jump back on board with him again, as he chases, we can see that gap has come right down. He's only 0.7 behind, he's cut that gap in half. As he goes to the outside of the circuit there. Again, we're just trying to just stay consistent and just keep it on the black stuff. That's it. Just keep going. If he passes us, he passes us, but just don't make any mistakes. Again, 0 incident points so far, and are just at this stage of the race just looking to keep it this way. We see visually that gap has closed monumentally. Titman is chasing hard, and I can see him in the mirrors the entire time. But again, we just keep on keeping on. We've been here before. We know what this is like. We know what it's like to lead a race. Not necessarily in this class, in iRacing, but we've been here before, so we can just use that experience to just stay cool despite what's growing in the mirrors behind us. And I believe we're coming here to the final laps of the race. Again, Tippmann just staying within striking distance, just waiting for me to make the slightest mistake. And also in front, me knowing that his mistakes are probably, as he just goes into the gravel there again, but his mistakes are probably the big ones at least. I imagine he's gotten those all out of the way. And knowing that he is as fast as he is and a touch faster than myself, just want to keep going and just stay where we need to stay. Here we are back again, start finish straight, being chased hard. You can see him in the mirrors, we know he's there, just waiting for his opportunity, but also trying to create one just by staying in range. But again, we're just trying to stay in our rhythm, stay in our groove, just keep going. Down to second gear, a little bit of a skid there. Not sure if the tires really tend to wear too much on this, but at this point, just being a little bit cautious. A few corrections there. Just trying to keep the speed up as high as possible. Our last turn here again this tricky one. You gotta, yep, just touching the curb. You obviously want to make sure that you don't run wide there, because that could collect you some incident points. And it looks like if that gap behind us to Tippmann has grown a little bit, he must have made a mistake somewhere. Thankfully giving us a little bit of breathing room. If this was F1, I'd want to try and push on a little bit to just make sure he was outside of that 1 second gap, but thankfully no DRS in F4 and no DRS zones on this track, so thankfully that's not that important. But what you don't want to do is give him a toe in the wrong place, i.e. down the start finish straight, and just have him just pull up to us. But here he is, he's just coming at us again. This is the final lap, final corner. And as we're on board here with Tippmann, you see he's coming right up to the back of us. He's got a lovely run out of the final turn, but we've done just enough. Just enough to just get that first place win. You can take a look at it again. He makes a hell of a charge here towards the end. Hats off to him for, despite his mistakes, still being that close at the end of the race. And had we have had a full drag down to turn 1, he would have had a nice stab at me into turn 1 if he didn't even pass me before then. Because yeah, I think that was quite possible. But yeah, just doing just enough to just get the win there. So what we're looking at here are the results of my first win. Right here, F4. After all the trials and tribulations, just to be able to just finish in P1. Absolutely delighted with that. Absolutely.